Hi everyone, Bellie's here with a brand new release from Artful Angel. This one is called Count, but like cow. Count Your Blessings. And it has this beautiful Highland cow. And it has the sentimentally cow. Happy birthday, Heifer. Moody. Count your blessings. Not my pasture, not my bull. Beep. You look marvelous. And I am going to do some watercoloring with this. I have my distress inks. I actually stamp it with distress ink antique linen. I think I'm gonna color with tea dye and an old paper or antique linen. I don't know, one of those three. And the roses, I'm going to color it with the brand new Lumberjack Plaid Distress ink, but the re-inker, which I already put a little bit there. And this red is marvelous. Marvelous. Like the stamp set says. I'm going to start with actually the roses. And I am going to put my stamp set right here so I can actually see, because once you stamp with the lighter color, oops, sorry. I'm just making sure that I am still in frame. Okay. Once you stamp with these inks, they're a little bit lighter and hard to see if you are actually following the line or not. I am going to start right here. Oh, I did stamp this in watercolor paper. All right, now it's like hard to tell what the rose is, but don't worry, because I'll make sure that I have like darker colors. And for coloring, I'm actually just like if I was coloring these roses like watercolor technique. So I'm making like little C forms, little C, and then a little C, and C, and then a little C, and a little C. Okay, and they're right here, the same thing. Some of them bigger than others, but that's, you're making watercolor roses. That's what you usually do. You do like C shapes. Add a little bit more water so it flows better. I'm just C's, tiny C's, and leave some of the area open. Right, some of the petals, so you got like highlights. Okay. Okay. A little bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think, oh, there's one more rose right here. Okay. I think I got all the roses. The reds are all leaves. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna start with I think I'm gonna go with the antique linen to do the horns. And I'm just gonna put a little bit here. Okay. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change paintbrushes. I'm going to go, that was 000, and I'm going to go to a 1. And I'm just doing a once over color down. Just put in some color, okay? I'm going to come back to add more shadows. And I'm going to use the same color to do, oh, that's a lot of water. Well, let me fix that. You have too much water on your paper like I did. I didn't check. You can just dry your paintbrush and come back and see how it absorbs the water. Yep. You have that extra water with your, you can grab it with your dark, dry paintbrush. Sorry. Okay. Usually I dab it just here to see how much water I have. Okay. No. So far, so good. Okay. Let's see. What else are we looking at? I'm going to do this part here. This color. Careful that you don't get into the roses, because remember, those roses are still wet. Okay. So if you don't think you can stay away from the roses, don't paint that part yet. Okay? Because you don't want that red to start moving. Okay. Now I'm going to actually come with my tea dye. Put a little bit of my tea dye up here. And I'm actually going to go back. And I'm going to do like an entire wash. I really like this color for the cow, for like the base of the cow. So I'm going to go an entire wash on the cow with the antique linen. Okay. Okay. It's a really pretty color. Again, dab it in your hand or in a paper. Stay away from the roses. Usually people like to do red at the end, just for that same reason. Because red, like if you put some red and then it moves, you can ruin your whole project. I don't care. I don't mind. Like, when you're doing watercolor, usually things blend in, and I don't mind at all. Okay, that is pretty. I'm going to go with my paintbrush from my antique linen. I'm going to go back to my top. I'm going to go back to my tie-dye color, back to my antique linen. I'm going to grab a little bit of that tie. And what I'm doing is I'm mixing them together, but with a base of that antique linen. What that is going to do is going to make sure that my colors go well together. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to follow those lines like that. Let's see how it goes. Very, very loose. Okay. Like I am being super loose. Okay. Just adding shades here and shades there. This Highland cow is gorgeous. It has such a pretty expression. Okay. See? Just following the lines. And then what I'm really doing is I'm now following a little bit of the lines. And those lines are kind of like modeling and almost looks like I painted instead of stamped. Okay. And still follow the line. Make it, I don't mind making it a little messy, like I'm like, okay. And water, a little bit of water. Here are my antique linen. I'm going back to my tea dye. Come back to my antique linen. I still have a little bit of my antique linen there. Okay. Okay, grabbing this a little bit darker. I am just making sure that I am going over those lines, adding a little bit more texture. Oh my God, she is seriously such a pretty image. Right? It really is a beautiful image. I'm gonna bring back my pipette because I don't like being crossing the camera like that. Okay, so I'm now mostly on my tea dye color. There's not that much. Whatever was on the paintbrush, that's what I have from the antique linen. Okay. So I am just trying to make this work. What over here on the bottom. Okay. Again, my watercolor is always, I try to be loose because it's an interpretation, right? You do have your stamp image. If you want to be super detailed with it, oh, please be my guest, right? I am not one of those people, so I really like to make lines that can be interpreted as something, right? So here, my horns are mostly done, okay? I'm gonna go with nostrils. Okay. Okay. And now I'm gonna add tidbits of the brown. And I'm gonna actually go pretty dark on the tea dye to add over the red, just because I'm adding a little bit of shadow, like intense shadow. And if you wanna add a shadow to your reds, brown is always a beautiful, beautiful option. It will warm up your red. If you think you warm it up too much, put red again. Okay. I might come back with my red being like full red into it. I'm gonna add a little bit of water here. You know what? I'm gonna change brushes. I was doing a 1. I'm gonna go even one more bigger brush. I think this is a 5. Yes. I'm gonna go with a 5. The reason I'm going with a 5 is I'm gonna make a really light wash of that tea dye and antique linen. Blot it on my hand. I'm gonna just pick up some of it. Okay. I am literally adding a little more darkness into the color, into the original wash that I had. Again, watercolors is about layers. You want to go as many layers as your paper and as you want. The paper will allow you, and as many as you want. I'm going to leave my highlights up here. And just play with it. But it's really hard to take away. But you can add as many layers as you want, okay? So I am actually pretty happy at this moment with this layer. Again, I may have put it too much. And if it's still wet, you're going to grab a little bit out of it. There you go. So I'm going to go back to my itty bitty paintbrush. And I'm going to go directly on my red. This is like super, super dark red. And I'm going to, again, I'm back to doing little C's. Okay. Okay. So I'm just doing tiny little C's. Okay. Because they're going to look like petals. And when I'm doing the C's, I'm like, so instead of going like this and moving my wrist, I'm actually letting the paintbrush stay the same way, which is going to give you different looks of C's, which is going to almost look like the petals are coming from different angles, which they are. Okay. I really like this. I'm going to do that even one more time. Okay. Clean it up. I am going to, let's see. I'm going to move back to my, not my 000, but my 1. Yeah, I'm going to go back to my 1. And I want a darker brown. But I don't want it to, well, let's see. Let's see if I add more, a little bit more of intense tea dye and not add it. I'll mix it with the antique linen, but going directly there. I'm like dabbing a little bit. I don't want it super watery. I'm going to move a little bit my paper. I've been trying not to move it too much because I still want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. And again, super, super loose. Super, super loose. And you play as much or as little as you want with watercolors, okay? It's done when you tell it that it's done. Not any moment before that, okay? So you want to keep going? Keep going. Okay? Don't let anybody else tell you other than your piece. When you go like, oh, it's done, that's when it's done. When you feel it. Okay? Okay. I need a little bit more of tea dye. There we go. And this, again, these are distress ink. Not the oxide, just the distress inks. And I keep rotating. I hope you can see it. I'm going to go a little bit out. Okay. Oops. Almost lost my paintbrush. That would have been really bad. Okay. Okay. I'm even making some lines outside. Going back. Nostrils. Okay. Going back to the nostrils. Okay. Oh my God. She is turning out so cute. Now I'm going to go back to my light color. Now I'm going to make a shadow here because this is going to create some shadows here. I'm going to add a little bit of that. It's going to create a little bit of a shadow there under the eye. That is so cute. Okay. And all this trust me, as soon as I color those eyes, you're going to see it like pop. But I'm not going to add black until I know I am absolutely and completely happy. And I say, oh yeah, I'm done. So, okay. That is so far what I have. I really like it. Okay. Don't have my distress inks, my green ones here. But I'm going to go with my vivid because it's just convenience. They're next to me. But usually I would use my distress inks for this. It's an olive, a vintage green, and the mauve color. And I'm going to start with the light green. It's super, super vivid, as you can tell. Okay. Okay. So just adding a little bit of color here and there. Like, again, this is just the wash. Okay. This is the background. This is part 1, layer 1. Okay. And no, I'm not being super detailed because again, I am not a detail painter. That's too much water. So I'm going to grab some, see how I can pull it out. Okay. There you go. I put my green in. I'm happy with that. It's still wet. So I'm going to go with my next color, which is super dark that I'm mixing with that lighter green. I'm going to touch, just touches, okay? Because I'm just adding texture, detail. Okay. Super pretty. Okay. Okay. And now I have those 2 colors. I'm going to add this mauve color, which I am a fan of. I don't even know, but I love that color and I never clean it from the previous color that I use. It's just such an earthy color. Okay. 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 That's what you have right now. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. Okay. A few things now when you're here. I did use my Misty to stamp this so I could re-stamp it and stamp it with black ink. But I'm gonna lose that hand-painted look that I have right now. Right on. If what you want is a more graphical, kind of like I stamped this, go back. No issues. Like seriously, don't even bother. Just stamp it and go with it. You know, it's such a fun thing. If you wanna leave it here, you can wait for it to dry and add color pencils. You could wait for it to dry and add watercolor pencils and blend them in. You could let it dry, Versamark, and do gold embossing, black embossing, whatever you want. You could do black ink that is embossable. So many things that you can do right now. You could draw the eyes and with a pen. I am feeling like I can do this. Oh Lord. So I'm gonna put a little bit of mauve in there. I'm gonna see if I can do it. I'm gonna try to following the image that I have here. I'm going to try to draw the eyes. So I am literally, we'll see what happens. So this is a circle and lashes. So I'm going to do, okay, that's where my circle is going to be. And that's where my first lash is going to be. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. And I am going to do the whole thing darker, and then I'll add the highlights after it's dry, because it's so much easier. Here's my second eyelash. Ta-da! I probably should have waited for it to dry, because it's kind of like blooming a little bit. I don't mind it. Again, there's not a lot that I don't have set from my work. So when I'm working and doing things like this, I seriously just try to have fun and let it happen when it happens, you know? If it wants to bloom, let it bloom. If you're hearing the whining right now, that is my sweet puppy, Annie. She has not been feeling great. Okay. Eyes. Okay. I'm going to come with this. I'm going to go try to see if I can add some dark lines here. Okay. Just because this is going to add so much depth to the piece. Right here, because I lost some definition up. I'll show you again. But, okay. I lost some definition here, so I'm just adding a little bit, and I actually going to add a little bit. There you go. Okay. Okay. I really like it. I really like how it's turning out. I hope you guys are liking it too. I'm gonna add, now that everything is darker, I feel like that first wash that I did, like a little bit too light. So I'm gonna go with a little bit, another pass of it. There you go. And I am going to dry it out. Let me see if I can find my drying gun. On my usual setup. Okay. This is pretty dry. If you want to know if your watercolor is dry, you touch it. If it feels cool to the touch, cool or cold to the touch, it is not dry. Okay. I am thinking of introducing some watercolor pencils. These are all Super Color 2 Soft by Caran d'Ache, except for my black, which is in Stabilo Oil. Stabilo? Not sure. Not sure what colors I'm gonna use. There's a bunch here. Burnt sienna, brown ochre, umber, russet. I have 2 burnt sienna. And this is my Stabilo. Okay, so I am thinking I'm gonna go with the, I think this is the Rusted 065. And I am gonna go, I'm still following the lines. Okay. Running here and there. Some places I'm pressing more than others. Okay. If I want more specific lines. Like here I want a deeper line. Okay. 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 Just scribbling here on the top. Scribbling a little up here, down here. Because it would be like a little bit of a shadow. And now I'm going back to my one. I'm going to get a little bit of a clear water. Oops, I had water. I had red. Let's see if I can get a little bit clean water there. Perfect. Okay. And I am going to go over those colors and just see what happens. Oh, I like that. It's bringing such a brightness. A little bit of more like an orange, which not necessarily what I was expecting. Don't mind it. Okay. Now the good thing about these pencils are not only you can like draw and then like blend the colors like I'm doing. You can also grab your pencil and you can just scribble on your mat. Of course, no, it's not doing it. Usually I do it on my glass and you can't see my glass from there. But you can also pick it up from the lead directly. See? So I like that because it's like a gray. What color is that? Ooh, I love this. This is umber. That's gorgeous. Like a gray color. Okay. Not too much. I just want it right there with the, where my shadows are going to be. All right. My shadows are going to be down here. Okay. And that is where I am adding it. Okay. Just where my shadows are going to be. And I'm going to grab a little bit more. Mix it with my water a little bit more. Okay. Come on. There it is. And I'm going to, oops, that is a little bit darker. That's okay. We'll blend it up. Okay. And you know what? Since we're adding darkness there, let's add darkness also here so it balances out. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of water here. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. A little bit of here. Okay. That's perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go to the black. I'm coloring with the Stabilo. Okay. This, if you guys haven't tried Stabilo oil, this is such a treat. It really is. It's super vibrant black. Like it just transforms into this beautiful, beautiful black color. See? It might be a tad too much black in there. So let me see if I can pick up some of it. I might need to do something else after it dries. Okay. I am going to actually add the tiny bit of black inside the nostrils. It's just like, because I think they need to be dark. I should probably have changed my brush, but it's okay. There it is. Oh yeah. I like that. Perfect. That is perfect. And I've got a little bit of the Stabilo there. I'm going to grab it with my water. And I'm going to add some actually dramatic shadows here. Okay. Like, see how I'm like just adding a little bit here and there just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Like, I know, over here, this is going to be dark. So I'm just adding tiny bits of dark where my shadow should be. Okay. And, you know, that's just making all those shadows here. And a little bit here. I'm going to mix that with this. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. You are adorable. You're so adorable. And now I'm going to change my paintbrush for sure. I'm going to go back to that 000. Because I feel like we need like a few lines here and there that are just darker than the other ones. You know what I mean? Just to help. There it is. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to dry this guy again. To camera. Sorry about that. And let me see if I can find my white pen. This might be a futile act. This is not it. Okay. This gets the gel, the little ball rolling again. There you go. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I am gonna add one here, and one here, and one here. Okay. I'm gonna add right here, add it right here, Then I'm gonna make little tiny C's. I don't know if you can see them, like they're just little tiny C's. Okay. And seriously, I'm not even following necessarily what the stamp rose was. I'm following more the C's that I made when I was coloring. Okay. And there's going to be like a big highlight here. Okay. And there's going to be a highlight here. I'm going to be careful because that, the distress ink refill does not dry on this mat. So you gotta be very, very careful, okay? Okay. And here and there. Okay. Oh my God, she looks so darn cute. Okay. And don't forget to add highlights on the leaves too. Okay. Again, I know we just made blobs for the leaves, but these highlights are going to help bring up the idea of a leaf. Okay. And I'm going to make a big highlight here. Okay. And here she is. I hope you love it. I'll have video too on how to make an adorable card with her. Oh my God. I love her. Okay. Talk to you later. Thank you for coming. And if you like my content, subscribe and give it a like. Thank you. Bye.